Hey guys, what's up? My name is Rachel and welcome back to Auxhart Gardening. Today I am showing you how to save seeds from peppers. So at its core, saving seeds from peppers is very simple. You find a ripe pepper, you cut it open, and just like the ones that you get from the store, the seeds are right there and they're already relatively dry. So in theory, all you have to do is lay them out, let them finish drying out, maybe do a germination test on them, and then store them up. But when you do it like that, there are a few things that are not considered. And so if you are somebody who is saving pepper seeds just to have pepper seeds, then you can just do it like that. But if you are saving pepper seeds in order to grow another plant of the exact same type of pepper, there are a few extra steps that you need to follow, and that is mainly what I'm talking about today, although I will take you through all the other steps and show you from start to finish saving seeds from a pepper and keeping it true to type. So the first thing to talk about when saving seeds from peppers is the hot pepper versus sweet pepper genetics debate. And you might hear some people tell you not to plant your sweet peppers next to your hot peppers because they'll turn your sweet peppers hot. And that is not true. However, if you do not protect your blossoms and you allow them to cross-pollinate, the seeds in your sweet pepper could make you hot peppers. So another way to look at this is if somebody with blue eyes and somebody with brown eyes get together and have a kid. We've been taught that brown eyes are the dominant gene, just like a hot pepper gene would be dominant. And in people, if a brown-eyed person and a blue-eyed person have a baby, their child has a high chance of being brown-eyed because that is the dominant gene. But that doesn't turn the blue-eyed parent's eyes brown. And it's the same thing with peppers. So if you have a hot pepper and a sweet pepper that cross, that sweet pepper is going to be sweet, but its seeds, its offspring, might be hot because it was crossed with a hot. So this cross-pollination problem in terms of the seeds is not just a problem if you're dealing with hots and sweets. It can also be a problem between hots and sweets. Any two peppers can cross, and the seeds from that crossed pepper can give you a totally new kind of pepper and a likely unstable hybrid of a pepper. And so if you are looking to save seeds from a pepper and have those seeds grow the same exact type of pepper, then you need to make sure that cross-pollination doesn't happen. So something really interesting to know about peppers and other plants like tomatoes in your garden is that every flower is self-pollinating. Well, it has the potential to be self-pollinating. Obviously, as I just talked about, crosses can occur, but every single flower has the ability to pollinate itself. And when you're saving seeds, that is what you're after, because you know that that flower will give you a pepper that is not cross-pollinated. And so how do we achieve this in the garden? So the first thing you're going to need to do is to protect your blossom. And you're going to want to find a blossom that has not opened yet so that you know that a pollinator has not yet gotten to it and already crossed it. So look for a flower on your pepper plant that you can see that it's a flower, but it still has not yet opened, kind of like this one. And you'll want to find a method of protecting that blossom. What I'm going to use today is one of these little party favor bags. I just have a few lying around. It's got a drawstring, and it is a mesh bag, so insects are not going to get through this, and it will protect my blossom. So what you want to do is take your bag and put it around the blossom that you have found that is not yet open but about to open, and go ahead and cinch it down tight. If you're not sure that it'll stay, you can go ahead and tie a string around it as well, just to make sure. And you'll want to come back maybe the next day and see if the flower has opened yet. And once the flower opens, it'll be your job to pollinate it. And there are a few different ways to do this. You could just kind of shake the branch really simply, or you could take your bag off and go in with your finger or a Q-tip and kind of dust the pollen around inside the flower and then put the bag back on. And you'll want to leave the bag on until you see that a little baby fruit has formed and the flower has kind of dried up and fallen off, the way you see when your plant forms other fruits. Once you see that the little baby pepper has formed, then you can take off your bag, and I recommend tying maybe a string or putting a little rubber band around that little branch so that you remember which pepper it is that you protected from cross-pollination. And you'll want to watch this pepper all the way up and through until it is a mature pepper. And you'll have to make sure that you give the pepper enough time to fully develop its seeds. There's some types of peppers that we pick a little early, and you'll just want to make sure that whatever type of pepper you're working with, you go ahead and let it ripen all the way. All right, so now that I have picked my ripe pepper, it's time to get the seeds out. Something to note is if you are trying to save seeds from a pepper that you normally would pick green, you will need to wait for it to turn all the way whatever color it's going to turn, orange or red, whatever that may be for that particular pepper. So I'm just going to take my pepper and cut it open and pull the seeds out. So you can see peppers store their seeds right here in the center, and you can just take that whole block out. So here are all of my seeds. Now I'm going to spread these out on a paper towel and leave them to dry. Alrighty, so it has been a couple of days since I put my pepper seeds out to dry. They are now wrinkly, very dry looking, dry to the touch, and the next and final step of this process is to check that they will germinate. And so to do this, I have a little plastic snack baggie with a damp paper towel in it, and I'm going to take 10 seeds and just set them on this paper towel. And the reason I'm doing it this way is so that I can very easily count how many seeds germinate. I'm choosing 10 just because that's about 10% of my total number of seeds, and also because 10 is a nice round number for me to be able to calculate germination rate from. But you can do any number of seeds. The germination rate is going to be the number of seeds that germinate over the total number of seeds that you put in your baggie. And from there, you can be confident that your seeds will sprout next year, and you don't have to worry if they don't sprout, like, oh, did I do something wrong? Like, you will know that for sure, if they don't sprout, then it is something else that you're doing, and not because the seeds are unviable or because you did something wrong when saving them. Alrighty, so I have sealed up my baggie, and we will check back in a few days and see how many of them germinate. Alright, so it has been 1 week since I started these sprouting, and 6 of my 10 seeds have sprouted. So that is a 60% germination rate, and now when I go and put my seeds away, I can write that on the packet and know how many seeds I need to plant in order to get the number of plants that I want. Alrighty, I hope this video was really helpful for you, and if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you haven't already subscribed, I think you're really gonna like the content that I'm putting out, and I have other seed saving videos here for you to check out if you're interested. Until next time, I wish you guys all happy gardening.